What's going on, guys? It's your boy Toef here, and today I'm coming at you with a Lakiaro harvesting guide, or however you pronounce that. So, Lakiaros are the new plant harvestable in Dregan and Kama They spawn seemingly randomly, and they're not that uncommon. I find one every between 2 to 10 minutes so far. So, with this update, Manos Hoe has been released, as well as two other new hoes. One of them is enhanceable, one of them is not. And on screen right now, I have the different types of Lakiaros that are possible. You won't know what type it is, as far as I know so far, until you actually begin harvesting the plant. And then it'll tell you how many stages it has, and you can see how big the grid is to kind of get an idea of how hard it's going to be. And as you can see, there's different difficulties of them, and it takes a different amount of energy per minigame played. If you want to invest into the Manos Hoe, I'm going to bring that up right here. You'll need 1 shining steel hoe, 50 magical shards, which you'll obtain from heating black magic crystals, which go for about 3,600,000 silver on the market right now, although they're selling out like crazy because of this update, so good luck with that. May the bidding be well with you. You'll also need 15 metal solvent, which is created through alchemy. I'll have a link on how to create that in the description. And you'll also need 5 manos, which can be bought from any jeweler. Each manos costs 5 million silver. Also on screen for you on the right is an example of what the minigame looks like. As you can see to the right here, this one has 3 stages, and it's just a little flower in the middle. To the right, you can see below how many stages there are. It'll tell you how much dirt there is, how many root pieces are left, how many pebbles there are, as well as the reward brackets, but more on that later. Alright, so to start this off, you're going to want to probably come out to Doster here first. Not sure why his name has 2 T's. He's the node manager of the Duvenkroon farmland, as you can see on the map right here. Here's Duvenkroon. You know, up here is Heidel and all that jazz. And when you first go to him, he's going to have a quest to have you grab a bottle of water. So you're going to want to come up to the node, the material vendor right here in Duvenkroon, Durgeen, grab a bottle of water. I went down to the river over here, I believe, to grab it. That's where the auto path sends you, and I was feeling lazy, but you know, you can get water just about anywhere. Gather a single bit of it and hand it into him, and he's going to give you a cheap hoe. He will then give you a follow-up quest, sending you to the practice fields to get you another cheap hoe. Now, what do I mean by the cheap hoe? Let me walk you over there. And so here we are at Durgeen. She's the material vendor of Duvenkroon, and she has an empty bottle for us here for the previous quest, if you still need that. Now, she also has the Doster hoe and the Doster steel hoe. Now, this is the cheap hoe I was talking about. You can't upgrade this. It only has 100 durability. It can't be repaired, but it does let you gather Lakiaros. It's not nearly as good as the other ones upgraded, but it lets you try out the minigame, have a little bit of fun with it, and see how well it does. And actually, for the purpose of this, I'm going to buy one to show you how much worse it is than the current ones. And over here we have the Doster steel hoe, which can be upgraded all the way to pen. It's not quite as good as the Manos hoe once it's upgraded, but it's pretty decent. I mean, if you don't want to invest a ton of money into this and still have fun, if you're grinding around in Dregan and you want to just grab a Lakiaro whenever you see one and just keep one on you, it'll definitely serve the purpose. So, with these, we have to go to the practice field. The quest will auto-path you to it, but I believe it's right around here. So I'm going to go get that exact location for you guys. Alright, so we've made our way to the practice fields, and for reference, up here is Doster, and you can see it's this little farmland that makes its way downwards. Stupid caution. And this is what the beautiful Lakiaros look like. So these little plants with these 3 red budding flowers. And these are the practice fields. You won't actually get, I think you get like a single weed or something from harvesting these, but it serves a purpose. So I'm going to equip the cheap hoe here first to show you what this is. And when you press R on it, it's going to do a little mini gather thing. And then it'll prompt you right into the mini game. And let me see, it looks like it doesn't actually use energy when you do the practice one. So it's going to bring up the game, and oh, here's the terrible rewards for this. So in the practice, you can get wild grass or weeds. And now how this interface works is it tells you how much dirt is left, how many roots are left, and how many pebbles are left. Now the dirt, you want to get rid of all of it. The roots you want to leave intact as much as possible, and you'll see that in a second. And the pebbles, you can more or less ignore them. They take away the durability of your hoe, but not permanently whenever you hit one. But you're going to probably hit almost all of them in most puzzles in my experience so far. So you can see here, that's my hoe's durability, which will get dropped by 1 whenever I hit a pebble. And this is how many shallow dig charges I have left, and now these are very important. So for this, I could click anywhere right here, and it's going to reveal a tile or two, and if I hit a root, it's going to damage this bar. Now note that the top prize that's here, you can only get if you get a complete perfect run on one of these puzzles. So this is going to be recorded live, pardon me if I stutter, but we're going to just right-click right here to get a start. And you see nothing actually appeared here, which means this is clean, so I can click it to dig it. And you see 2 spaces actually got dug here. Now this is the important part about the different hoes, because a better hoe is going to reveal more squares when you hit a safe space. So we're going to right-click over here, and you can see here is part of the root. We're going to right-click over here. There's nothing here. We're going to continue. And so on and so on. So now I'm just going to completely bork this and click all over the place. And as you see here, as I'm hitting this root, the health bar of it is actually going down. And if you note that if you get all the way to the bottom, it will just give you the bottom prize. So if you're having issues with the puzzle and it's not going well already, you can just spam click everywhere and get it out of the way. I'm trying to find here. Okay, so this is another thing. When I clicked this one, it said looks like there are roots or pebbles here. I'm not sure if that's a typo or not, but every single time I've gotten that, that means there's actually a root piece under this square, and there's an RNG chance every time you click a square for it to tell you what's under it. I think that means it's a root. Let me click it again. Yes. So if you get a pop-up message there saying it looks like it's a root or pebble, whatever that said, that means you got a lucky RNG chance of not destroying the root, but the game instead telling you there's a root under there. And so we can click here. I'm just gonna bork this one on purpose to get out of it. You can probably just hit escape as well, but at this point I may as well get a free weed. And you can see I also got an RNG thing at the top there telling you, telling me rather that there's a root under there. So here as you can see, I'm tracing the root to try and get it. And I hit 0. It's giving me the minimum reward, which is a single weed. Whoop-de-doo. Now I want to compare this to the duo Manos Hoe I've managed to acquire, which cost a ton of money, but I want to show you here why you get that. So, thick, thin, So this one's actually different. It says thick Lakiaro for research. Let's try this, just see what the difference is in the training area here. Okay, so this one will actually give me a grass sack, whatever that is, if I get a perfect on all 3 stages. And you can see here, this one actually has 3 stages. That means that after I clear all the dirt off of this, which is how you succeed in the game, it will go to another stage and continue with the same health bar. Your dig shallowly charges will reset, and as you can see, I have 20 charges. That's because I have the duo Manos Hoe. After Pry and Duo, you keep getting more and more charges. Actually, I believe after around plus 10 Manos Hoe, it will start to gain more charges. Try is 22, yeah. Tet is 25, and Pen is 28, so it's definitely worth going for. Well, maybe not all the way to Tet and Pen, but if you really like it, I mean, I don't see any reason to not try and push it. So anyways, we can right-click here, and as that shallow dig charge was used, and nothing was here. Now if I left-click this, you'll notice a 6 square set was revealed instead of 3. Now that's because I have the upgraded Manos Hoe, and I really do recommend getting these. So here, I can just click through this, try and solve some really quickly. And I'm not going to do all the stages of this, but I will show you what happens when I get to the second stage, just for time's sake. Alright, so one thing I want to note, you can tell where they're going to be a little bit by the image. So I see a root right here, and I see a root right here. That means that the root here, and there's a root piece here, and this will probably curve left to right. So if I wanted to, I could right-click here. See, it curves to the right, means there's a good chance that this is clear, and yes, it is. And I can click here. I know all of this area is clear. Obviously, a single space out here isn't going to be a root. And that's the general strategy you kind of want to take with these, at least in my experience. Now, this only 2 got removed, and I believe that means there's a root all the way going up here, and there might be a pebble or something here as well. So we're going to right-click that, and we see there is indeed a piece of root still here. So I could trace that back. I'd assume it would be right here as the start, and it curves through up here. And that's the approach. Okay, well, I broke a root over here. That was a little risky of a right-click, but that's the general strategy I like to follow. I don't find that perfects are going to be completely practical without a very good hoe. And again, this one doesn't have super good rewards, so I'm not super focused on this one. The next one I'll be doing as good as I can to show you guys the reward brackets and how it gets affected. And so I think you guys get the idea. I'm just going to cut through this one as quickly as possible. Once you reveal all the dirt, it will continue even if the health bar is low, as long as it's not completely gone. And as you do more of these, you'll definitely, that was stupid to click, you'll get faster and faster with it, and you'll find you're having more luck, or at least I certainly did. Whoops, that. Okay, so that's all the dirt, and so it'll go to the next stage, and now you start again. You see I have 19 charges because I just clicked one, and now you dig this one, and it'll go all the way until the last stage, but the health bar stays, so any damage you get is permanent. So, I'm going to go find a wild one so I can show you guys a loot bracket, and we'll be right back. While I'm roving around Drigan looking for a plant, something as I might have forgotten to mention, the Manos Hoe as well as the Steel Hoe, let me see, the Doster Steel Hoe, I'm checking the cheap one for the name, they are both enhanced with weapon stones and concentrated weapon stones, and like any other boss weapon, you're going to have to build it to plus 15 through regular enhancements to get it to pry, and then it can go all the way up to pen. Also, to repair the durability of the Manos Hoe, you have to use memory fragments. Unfortunately, it's a 1-for-1 ratio like it is on a boss armor or weapon. As for the Doster Steel Hoe, you can buy duplicates for 10 mil a piece, and that's going to repair 10 durability. Or if you have artisans, you can use those as well. You can do an artisan onto a 10 mil hoe to give it 40 durability back, so those can shoot up quite quickly. And one more thing as I'm looking through here, I've found these plants pretty much anywhere. I've literally found one in the middle of one of the roads, and I found one that was kind of half clipping through the ground. So I believe this is like the chest event we had previously, where there were lots of chests, especially in Medaya, and you'd kill them and get hards and sharps, etc. But yeah, I just walk all around. Again, Drigan and Kama Sylvia both have those, at least according to the patch notes. I haven't actually checked Kama Sylvia myself, but that is what we know so far. Also, as a quick note, those harvesting practice games, I'd recommend doing quite a few of those to get your feet in the water if you don't have that much energy to blow. However, I only did 1 or 2 of them before I started this because I have a large energy pool and I currently have a blessing going, so I have plenty of energy to work with, and so even if I only got the minimum prize, I was still learning the game and I still got a little bit of money for it. So I'm going to actually cut it now until we find a plant. As a quick note here, at this point in the guide, I have already gone over pretty much all the important parts of this. I'm going to start in the next clip by explaining kind of my explaining the potential rewards that you can get from this reward, as well as explain this interface here better. But after that, I'm going to simply go through one and, do my best job of explaining my strategy and how you can actually get a reward from these. And obviously, a better hoe is going to do better, and as you do more of them, you'll learn it quite well yourself, and you'll probably devise a strategy better than mine. I'm probably going to make some pretty common mistakes as well, but at this point, if you want to watch the next few minutes and be done, you won't really be missing much information. But if you want to kind of get a feel for how I complete these and how you might be able to, well, then by all means, feel free to do that. Alright, finally, after walking through probably half the map as you can see by game time, I have finally found a Lakiaro. So let me just mention this now before I forget, and as I click R to gather this and start the minigame, that this is a day of release video, and I'm going to be going over what I saw in the patch notes as well as what I have personally experienced. So it's all tentative, I'm sure there's better strategies than what I'm going to be talking about, and things can change, or some of it might not be 100% accurate, but I'm going to do my best job on that. I just want to get a quick guide video out for you guys, so hopefully this will be helpful to some of you. So here we have a Lakiaro. It drains some energy already, so if you X out of this, your energy is already gone, note that. And you can see it has 2 stages. It has 75 dirt, 48 roots, and 5 pebbles. And here we have the rewards bundle. So if you get a complete perfect, you'll be getting this sack, and then the rewards go down accordingly all the way down to this little shit down here. Now, what I do know is the high-quality Lakiaro has a 3 mil silver item. If I can pull my inventory up while I'm doing this. Aha, it has this. It's a 3 mil silver vendor item. It can also have a chance of a hard, a sharp, an energy of Lakiaro, which I have not yet gotten yet, so I'm not sure exactly what it is. It can also have a Layla's Petal or a trace. And the one below that, the dull Lakiaro sack, has, you guessed it, a dull Lakiaro, which I have somewhere in my inventory. Aha, down here. And this is a 1.5 mil item. Ignore the clutter in my inventory. It's bothering me as much as it is you. And so, in an hour of gathering earlier, I might note, I gained 2 of these and 4 of these. So that's 6 mil here and 6 mil here. So it was actually just under an hour, probably about 50 minutes. So 12 mil an hour for just a duo hoe and completely starting out for life skilling I don't think that's too terrible. Maybe that's just me. So, without further ado, we got 20 shallow digs, so we're going to start here, and I think I noticed earlier, but right-clicking is a shallow dig, and so we're going to click that. Now we see nothing's here, get that nice space out, and what I like to start with, I like to kind of just click random spots where there's plenty of space around the map. I never like to click these edges, but instead click around here, and I'm right-clicking first to see if there's something there, and if there is, I'm moving on. And what you want to do is, well, I'm sure I said this before, but the aim of the game is to get all the dirt out. And pebbles don't really matter that much. When you hit them, you lose 1 hoe durability. Even if your hoe dies while you're in the minigame, it will not actually cancel you out of the minigame, but you will lose all benefits you gain from your hoe. So try and repair this up every here and there if you're using one that is repairable. If you're not using one, you should repairable one that is, you should probably be swapping it out when it gets very low. You never know how long these are going to go for. So with that, see, I hit a pebble, my durability went down by 1, the pebble count went down. And this is this updates as you play the game, by the way. As you do more digging, the dirt, the root count, etc. will all go down. So I'm gonna right click here, and we see, like in a spot like this, you can tell there's definitely a root right here. In this, it's a little connector. You can see there's a root piece here that probably connects directly to the plant, because you can't dig these squares, this 4x4 box. And so there's also definitely a root piece right here, which makes me want to dig here. So I'm going to risk it and click here, and all that's going to be going. It was actually, it was a risk, not completely, because one of them from over here could have actually forked around, but I find it's best to take a couple risky clicks like I'm doing here. The edges are probably the safest, but I mean, there's always a risk with clicking it without right-clicking. Due to the fact that we have a limited number of right-clicks, though, you want to probably do some of that unless you have a real beefed-out hoe. So, we can see here, there's definitely a root here that connects to the plant, and there's a root going out here. It may loop around here and be here, but I can't be sure. And this one has one right above and below, which leads me to believe there's none right here, but I can't be sure. So, I'm guessing there's a root right here. We're going to right click, and yes, there is. It looks like it's curving up into the plant in this direction. It goes here, it could curve out that way. So I'm going to dig here and see, and surely enough, it goes all the way around up here, which should mean that this and this are both safe, and I click that, they disappear. And since it curves to the right, I'm inclined to say this is safe as well. There could be a giant root over here, and I don't really know. And there wasn't, so we're safe on that. Now we're going to right-click this and see there is a bit of root, but that little string there, I think that means it ends, so this should be safe. It was just a pebble. And it came from here, so there's a root piece here for sure. I'm assuming that connects to here, so in some sort of pattern it curved around. We're going to click here to see if we can find the pattern. It looks like it goes up through here, down to the left, and down, and ends, which means these 3 should be safe, and these 2 should be safe. Awesome. So we got 7 right clicks left, still 28 dirt, so a lot of this is probably going to be open space, but it looks like over here is a maze, so I'm going to try and figure this part out. That's a doozy. I think that extends into this part, because one other piece goes up here. So that'll extend to here, probably from this root. So I'm going to guess it traces up here, and then goes in this direction. I'm going to right-click this, and look, there's none here, so I can know that this goes upwards. And we can already see this entire root, and this part ends here, so I'm hoping there's none here. Looks like it doesn't branch off, and there's a starting root here. That's a little unfortunate. So with that, that's our first mistake. You can see the root is cut, and we no longer can gain the perfect sack, which I don't know exactly what those give yet. Also note that the perfect, as you can see at the top right, it says right-click to receive, can I free my mouse? No. A thick Lakiaro, wild grass, and hard black crystal. So if you get a perfect on, I believe, all of the puzzles, you get at least a hard black crystal as a bonus. So hards and sharps are on that loot table for the other perfect, in addition to the expensive vendor item. So there's probably other stuff like that as well. We got a little path here. And not much got revealed. I'm assuming there's root pieces here as well. We're going to risk it, and that cleared up nicely. Good thing we didn't risk that one. So we're going to click here because we can tell that ends on that. We're going to click here as well, and beautiful. Just like that, we know the root comes out from here. Probably separates into these 2. And extends over to here. Here's the end, and extends over in this way in some direction. So we only have 2 right clicks left. We're probably going to lose quite a bit of the health, but we're going to aim for this above 80% for this high quality sack, which is a guaranteed 3 mil. and a chance at some more fun stuff. This goes up here. Looks like this goes up and around, so I'm going to click out here, and yep, that worked out well. This I really can't tell, so I'm going to burn a right click, probably right here. Alright, I could have gotten away with it, oh well. That's actually pretty bad, I lost information there, but it looks like this comes out. This one might be free. And you can see here, we have 3 pebbles and 6 dirt. That means that 9 of these spaces that are still left are places I can click and I'll be completely fine. And there's still a lot of root unrevealed, but we know where it is. Like for instance, right here, I know that's a root 100%. It's connected to the, actually, I shouldn't say that. It's one of these two is a root. It looks like it curves upwards through the both of them, but I can't quite tell. And so either here or here is definitely a root. They could both be, I'm assuming they are. It looks like nothing comes out from here. I'm gonna right click anyways, and oh, it actually does. So this comes out from here, extends out and downwards, which leads me to believe that this is not a root. And it's not. This curves down here and goes in some quirky pattern. I can right click at this place, but I'm out of right clicks, unfortunately, to see if this curves down or up. I'm assuming it curves upwards up here, and so maybe this will be free. That's a pebble. We'll go back to that later. So this is definitely a root. This is probably a root. This is probably what we're going to click this corner and see if these two spaces are clear or if it curves all the way around. This space is clear at least. It could actually, that's true, it could curve up, left, down, down, and then go into that bit. There's a lot of different ways these can take, and it's a bit disorienting, but as you do more of it, you should get the hang of it. And so we have 4 dirt and 2 pebbles somehow still in this puzzle, and I'm going to break a root apparently right there. I'm hoping these two are safe. That's probably our best bet to gamble on, and beautiful, just like that, we only have 3 squares left. So this is definitely a root. I'm assuming this one is as well, but we'll see if this is a core root or not. Awesome, this one's actually dirt. So we have 1 dirt spot to reveal. If we do that, the puzzle's over. If we reveal a pebble, then we still have 1 other piece to reveal somewhere. So let's just try this one. Oh, I got the, you didn't see it because it scrolled by so quickly probably, but I got the thing at the top that meant there's a root or pebble there. Yeah, it looks like there are root or pebbles or whatever that poor translation is. I know one's here. I believe one's here and here. This is all definitely root. So we're gonna try over here. That should probably be root as well. Okay, so this curves around. Let's try this edge. All right, in this we're both not. And so you could see it briefly flash the puzzle there, and now we keep the health bar, our dig shallowly is reset, and we get a whole new board with apparently a ton of roots. Only 55 dirt. I'm not sure if that's really a good or bad thing, but we're going to start this right off in the same way we did the first one. I believe that there's some root blocking my vision here because I only got 5 instead of 6, but again, I'm not sure how all of this works. This is risky. Awesome, that cleared. I knew that this root didn't connect to this space, but there could have been a whole new root coming in from there. So we see a root piece there. We can dig here. There can't be anything there because there's no connecting root. We're going to go here, and as you guys can see, this is literally root sweeper. The aim of the game is to get an image in your head of where all the roots are, and then dig in every other spot to uncover the plant. Risk it, dang it. Wow, that is a long root. Okay. Does it curve here? Hopefully not. Yes, it does. Oh, that's a different root. Okay. So this probably ends in this direction. This comes out from one of these areas. I'm doing this one a bit faster now that I've talked through an entire one, and ooh, that's not doing so good on this one, but it doesn't matter if I get the rest of this puzzle perfect or not, as long as I can keep this bar above this meter, which I should really be a little bit more careful because I'm not doing so hot on that right now. And this probably curves around. Geez, there's so much root in this one. This is not pleasant. Alright, I'm already down to 2 shallow digs. I should probably try and conserve those a little bit. But I want to conserve that health bar too. So we're taking a few little risks here. Oof, there's a root piece there as well. No shallows left. So I think one of these two isn't a root. I think that one's not a root. Or they both could be. We only have 8 pieces of dirt left, now 6, so this isn't looking too terrible. Alright, 5 and 1. Alright, that's really good. Revealed a lot of it. I bet these two aren't as well. Good. This is my last hope around there. Spikers, maybe one of these inside ones, but there could just be... Oh, alright, it was adjacent to it, so it revealed it, and now I get my prize, which is a high-quality Lakiaro sack. And as I said, as you open it, I'll guarantee to get a 3 mil trash item here. There it is. And I also got 5 wild grass, and it could have kept, or it could have given me a few other prizes as well. So that was a little bit slowed down, but hopefully you guys got a little bit of the idea for this. Again, this is all tentative. It's a completely new day, this is day release. I just wanted to get a quick guide out for you guys. I apologize for any stutters or anything. I know the editing isn't going to be perfect in this. I'm completely new to making videos on YouTube, and so this is, as good as it's going to get for a quickly I want to get information out to help you guys out type of video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, or I'll probably be posting this to Reddit as well, so you can DM me on Reddit, and I'll try and answer anything I can. If you liked the video, do please leave a like, and if you're interested in this kind of guide-esque video, or maybe some RNG fluff or something like that in the future, I'd really appreciate a subscription. And besides that, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me make that actually visible there, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a great night.